Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more DCI, the Last Alliance sub-mod for 3rd Age Total War. We're playing as the Numenorean Kingdoms. This is episode 6. In today's episode, we're going to have the battle for the Last Alliance. We're going to be sieging Barad-dûr here today and bringing down Sauron. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series, and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. Feel free to leave a dislike if you want. We're going to call a Tolikan, a crusade, and rally the free people of Middle-earth. So we should get some little nice buffs here and there. Patreon and YouTube memberships are all linked in the description as well. Thank you for all the recent YouTube channel members. I really appreciate it. So, in today's video, we're 29 turns in. We have 3 full stacks. King Anarian and his son and son-in-laws are going to be pushing to Barad-dûr. We've taken the Black Gate in the last episode, but I'm curious to see how difficult this fight is going to be, because is Sauron like one huge entity of a unit, or is it a general's bodyguard? Only time will tell, I guess. And how hard is it going to be? Because we struggled to bring down, in one of the first couple of episodes, mountain trolls and such. Over in the west, in Arnor, we're still overall under the High King Elendil. He's still alive, but obviously if you watched the sort of wars with the Wildmen, Isildur is dead. Got taken out by Wildmen, and his firstborn son and heir, King Elendil, is now king. I've currently got his other sons rallying around near Helm's Deep and Isengard. So the High King and Elendil are currently rallying up over in the west. We're going to continue to try and push the Wildmen out before we need to focus on the Hillmen to the north. Now, once we take Barad-dûr here today, knock out Sauron, the faction could very well be destroyed. I'm not entirely sure. They still have some further back territory in and around Mordor itself. They probably have territory in the bog marshes and maybe up towards that forest kingdom they have towards the north as well. So we still have a little bit to go before we wrap this series up. Okay, welcome to the top of the turn. Sauron leaves Barad-dûr. Sauron is now free to roam Barad-dûr at any time. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Is this because the alliance has been afoot? Oh well. So we can move around there. Candidate for adoption, no thank you. Just settlements, prestige and stuff. Yeah, so the vow is taken. Barad-dûr. Ah, here we go. Lyndon has joined us. Fantastic. Hopefully we'll see them in the future at some point. Okay, so we'll allow the High King to push for Uggle, and they can continue to fight and siege out the Wildmen. I think they've only got 1 or 2 territories left. We've pushed them back from whence they came quite quickly. So we've got 3 full stacks operation in the west in Arnor. We'll push them down for Buruk. And yeah, unfortunately we didn't get too many of that Gondor territory. We might have to betray the elves because they took some territory there. Alright, so now that we've burnt a turn, we should have siege equipment. I did notice that there was a elven army pushing south. Oh, so they've got noble volunteers. That's quite cool. They have access to Arnor and Sindar units. I guess we could have very well as well. Oh, so that army that was going towards the Black Gate is pushed up. We can pull that back. The volcano is erupting. Yeah, so which one was this? Yep. So we'll fight this one with King Anarian. We have 7,200 brave Numenoreans up against Sauron the Dark Lord. His army is quite good. Orc divers there. Orc band, silver and bronze chevron. Sauron's mace, yeah. Or if he's got that. Oh, he's also got the one ring as well. Good. Let's fight this one. We outnumber him just shy. 2-1. Look at that bat, man. What is that painting meant to be? I have no clue. Okay, guys, welcome to the battle map. Let's get stuck into the battle for Barad-dûr. I kind of wish we were fighting on the open field, like the movie, but so be it. We're going to be taking the Dark Tower. Okay, so there seems to be a reinforced gate there. That's fine, we don't even need siege ladders. Only the battering ram. So let's have a look in the tower itself. Can we see Sauron? Oh my god, it's just panning me everywhere. We're going up the tall tower. Oh, that's a cool shot of Barad-dûr. Very cool custom settlement. But as some of the sieges in Third Age Total War, they can be a little bit clunky. Okay, well let's just move up all my infantry here. We'll drop the siege equipment where we can. And let's rally everyone up and to divide into some lines. So we'll just allow the spearmen to push up to break down the reinforced gate. We'll make a secondary line of our infantry. So there's a couple decent swordsmen in the mix there. Gondor axemen, but we've also got the trash tier spearmen, which, even though I complain about them a lot, performance-wise, they're doing quite well. We'll allow my Numenorean's son and heir, or Anarion's son and heir, Menadil or Mendil, whatever his name is, to push up and attack, along with what looks like a Jared Leto lookalike as well. He's my son-in-law. So hopefully we don't lose any of them. We have been losing generals at a frightening rate throughout this series. The death of Isildur has really panicked me, so, and Theng also. I'll have to be quite passive with my generals. But we'll move the battering ram up. We'll give out the attack orders. And let's break down the gates. Take Saruman's tower and get him out of his hidey hole. So there's a couple of ways to attack this. It's just basically push through a couple of choke points. There might be some... yeah, on the right side you can push up. But taking Barad-dûr is always usually a grind. I might have to chop and edit this one up a bit because aggressive sieges, especially with this type of army build that doesn't have the most highest melee attack, might just turn into a little bit of a grind. But we're slowly but surely pushing over. Lava emitting from the depths. And I don't know how effective my archers are going to be overall in this particular fight, because they're not going to have any ability to arc their shots over a wall, let alone get an angle to try and pierce some of the orcish hides. But once we defeat Sauron here today, finish today's episode, I'm going to put a pin in the campaign, have a little bit of a break, because for all intensive purposes, we're going to hit our short victory conditions. Was this episode 6? So we're about halfway from what I sort of planned in the episode. So depending on feedback, suggestions, do you want to see more episodes of this? There's still a little bit more that what we can do. But we've taken the Black Gate, we've taken Minas Morgul, and if we take Barad-dûr here today, it's only going to be a matter of time before Mordor crumbles to the Numenorean kingdoms and a newly forged Gondor. Charge, men! The gateway is now ours. Because we should be able to as well, with High King Elendil and King Elendor. We should be able to knock out the Wildmen and secure most of like southern Arnor and the Wildmen's territory. But we still have the Hillmen to the north. I could have gone after them. That's not a bad strategy. because they are sort of the pure victory conditions for them, pushing up towards that Angmar, Hillman of the North region. But I really just wanted to focus on the Wildmen first, because they've actually given us a hell of a fight. Like, we've only ever had 2 to 3 stacks in operation in this particular area. If I only went down with 2, I reckon we would have probably lost the offensive in Arnor. And just due to the fantastic cities we have in and around West and East Osgiliath, you forget how good, like, compared to vanilla Third Age, where Osgiliath, West and East is, well, it's ruins basically. It's quite dilapidated, rubble and a bit of a mess. We've been able to get access to huge recruitment pools there, because at this time period, West Osgiliath is our capital. Population-wise, Osgiliath is larger. We will return this city to its former glory. Thanks, Sean B. Thanks for that. So we're engaging some Orc Warband here. Nothing too spectacular. Allowing our Spearmen and Axemen to engage. We'll drop a leadership to give it some buffs, but already, yeah, it's just turning into a little bit of a grind. I could have waited a little bit for this Tor Garden, because we get more movement points. I think as well, we might be able to get access to special mercenaries. I didn't even check that. I had 3 full stacks keen and ready to go. So we've only lost 1%. We've killed 5, engaging their first couple of spears. It's the heavier infantry that I fear, because from what I've been fighting with the Hillman and Mordor, they seem to have very high defensive stats and attack early on. But maybe we're coming up against more so garrisons than anything. Like, the stuff that's engaging us here now is the lighter spearmen, while the top tier stuff is, we're only coming up against them. They don't actually have access to that in their recruitment pool. It's more or less garrison scripts. But I'll put in the description below DCI, The Last Alliance, if you guys like to download it and play along with me. Highly recommend the Numenorean Kingdoms. It's a lot of fun. It is quite a large faction to deal with. So if you're the type of person you want to sort of start small, 1 or 2 factions and sort of expand out and conquer, I probably wouldn't recommend it, because you, for all intensive purposes, are controlling 2 kingdoms, Gondor and Arnor, quite clearly. And even dealing with Helm's Deep and Isengard, so you're dealing with territory and rebels in and around southern Gondor and western, around the Gap of Rohan. So maybe you're better off playing as something with the dwarves. Also, you have to sort of dictate the world as well, because if Arnor and the Numenoreans fall in a campaign, especially to the Wildmen or Mordor, it's pretty hard to come back from that if you're playing as the elves and stuff. Oh, Belfast Guardians. What are these guys? These guys look like medieval 2 Cataphractoi. This looks like a Byzantium unit pushing along the bridge. Okay, so my reinforcements are slowly but surely coming up. 3% to their 12, so we seem to be winning percentage-wise for now. Yeah, so they kind of look like the early variant of Swan Knights, I guess. Incredibly interesting. So they're now pushing up on the left and right. My son and son-in-law are going to come and help us out. Hopefully we don't lose those generals, but yeah, there's not. Even though, like, I wish there was a little bit more nuance with medieval 2 like that. Like, generals hold back, but the infantry sort of push up and attack. But hey, it's probably kind of realistic that you lose generals in war a hell of a lot more than what you do in sort of Total War anyway. So there's 2 lines of defense and then the town square. We've got some Orcish archers, Gorgoth archers, putting the heat on us, and it looks like some AI cavalry, along with the general's bodyguards pushing in here. It just gets a little bit framey Okay, slowly but surely making our way up. Ah, Bulldog Warriors. There he is. Saruman. No, what? Saruman? Sauron. Okay, so he's not one huge entity, which is probably better for me. Bulldog Wardens. What are they? I guess he's sort of elite orcs that he has. Because I think in sort of vanilla he seems to have better sort of Urukai warriors and stuff. But I guess in this time period, yeah, there wouldn't be any... Yeah. Of course, I didn't really think of that. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together because they wouldn't be Urukai warriors because Saruman isn't around doing his thing at this time period. Huh. Were there Urukai in the Second Age? That's a question I have. Let me know in the comments, guys. You lore connoisseurs. I wouldn't assume so. But because Saruman was sort of the main pioneer of them and his genetic mutations and whatnot. But there were Urukai in Mordor, so does that sort of subsede that? Because they're like orcs / twisted men. Which is kind of cool. Okay, so we're just trying to skirmish them out here. It's mostly the AI. So, I've got my archers just trying to skirmish Sauron. But whether or not we'll be able to bring him down is a completely different story. But so far, we seem to be doing quite well. We will eventually win this fight. We'll whitter them down. We have numerical supremacy. We have the generals and the buffs on our side. Yeah. We're going at a rate of 300 sway, so we'll be right. That's only if the time will permit it, because taking Barad-dûr as a settlement is going to be easier said than done. 20% to our 4. Yeah, so we're doing quite well, particularly against the weaker Mordor variants. So throwing up some weaker units there. That's not good. It's going to block them up. Yeah, because the spearmen don't have very high attack, because that's really what we're got at our disposal. We're just sort of spamming out cheap units where we can. Man, oh man, my PC is struggling. Well, I don't think it's my PC necessarily. It's medieval too. There's way too many entities on the battlefield for one. It's a 10,000 man battle overall, and particularly with this huge custom city, we're struggling to push up. Look, you know what? This might very well end in a draw. We could lose this, just due to the timer running out. Now that we're starting to fight in hand-to-hand combat against his tougher, his mid to second tier and elite units, it's starting to go back into the Dark Lord's favour. It was like a 420% sway. Now it's a 21 to 39. Yeah. If we can kill enough, it might actually result in a draw. We'll try and drop our special abilities where we can. The marksmen and the spears are pushing up. Look, I've told my archers to try and target his men, but just due to the sheer walls and the blockage, I don't know how well they're going to overly perform. Those grisly critters. And now we've lost complete line of sight with Sauron as well. Some of the AI is actually flanked here on the left. They are pushing in and around to the town square, which is good. And there's done a decent amount of fighting there. But this battle could go for the full, like, hour. that is probably what's going to happen. So I'm probably going to have to edit this in the editing process because I've literally just been sitting here for so long. That's why I actually prefer open field battles than sieges, because once you've played, you've got like 10,000 hours in Total War like I have, sieges get particularly boring because there's only so many times you can fight in the streets and stuff, and then it makes it super laggy. Like every single field battle is nearly different, just due to the topography and the vast battle maps. Yeah, I definitely prefer epic land battles rather than epic sieges, because they just become very predictable and grindy. Okay, so a timer's come up here with 2 minutes. Now, I'm not entirely sure why that is, because this left flank, it's retreating, right. But they were hanging around in the town square, so I don't know if there's units that are stuck around here, or that's actually the official timer. Because it's been an hour, this fight, and nothing has overly too much happened. We smashed down the gate, we pushed to the second rung, the third, one flanked, and now that took an hour. We will win this fight. It just depends if the AI is going to let us. So, I think they all died. I think that's it. So we lost 35%, we've killed 57. So if we go straight in with another quick attack, we're going to be able to auto-resolve it out. Because we've done enough. Yeah, I think the timer might have gotten the better of us. We'll just have to see. Yeah, there must be. It must be, because I can't even see there how long we got left. Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 35 to 40. Close defeat! Wow. Are you kidding me? So we destroyed half of there, but the timer didn't permit it. Oh, it's just because we just didn't have the attack. There was nothing really we could have done with that. We did our best, I think. Okay, so a lot of... we don't have the money. That's a shame. So, we lost someone. Orodreth of the ships. Oh, a random generator general. None of my family members, which is fine. Well, let's repair up and go again. Invasion of the Black Gate. The Dark Lord Sauron has commissioned an invasion against the settlement and urged all evil factions to join. Okay. So because of my crusade, we've gone with a counter one for the Black Gate. Okay, so we're hemorrhaging a little bit of money. We have to stop my construction in some areas. Okay, so we'll deal with Barad-dûr in a sec. We're going to have to build some siege equipment. The High King can probably finish off the Hillman in Helbar. We've already played a decent fair few battles. It's a 3-1 there. Let's sort of resolve that out. And we should be able to wrap up the Wildman here. So we've managed to take Ugul with the High King and the King of Arnor. So we're replenish and repair. They must only have 1 or 2 more settlements left. So let's run down the remaining stragglers. And now that we have siege equipment back at Barad-dûr, we should be able to finish that off as well. Okay, some more reinforcements are now coming up. Is this enough to take it? Well, I can basically give a quick replenishment here. So that army's still hanging around here. Well, let's just go for round 2. Oh, we're actually not going to need to build siege equipment, because we've got a ballista, don't we? Yeah, so let's move... they're just going to be going for the Black Gate. That's the thing. Okay. Let's move you there. Let's move the ballista there as well. Yeah, because we won't need to build siege equipment, and that army's hanging around. So if we move the ballista into Menedil's army, and that one there as well, we can attack in one turn. There we go. So we've still got 6,000 or so. We had 7,000 before. We'll be able to auto-resolve this one out, because Sauron only has 1.5. I don't want to risk grinding that siege again. Yeah, clear victory. We've managed to defeat Sauron here, hiding in his tower. The Lord of Mordor is dead. Sauron is no more. Let's sack Barad-dûr. So, I guess the ring is lost. The Dark Lord of Mordor has fallen. His physic bottle is no more broken. His followers. Yep. So that's not the end of Mordor. Now, though, I don't think we get access to the One Ring now. I'm pretty sure there's decent benefits and buffs and whatnot. But we've managed to defeat Sauron in turn 31. Okay, I don't know what was going on with the game there. It was bugging up a bit. Oh, what? Torikhan cancelled. I don't know about that. We were successful. Did we have to wait? No, that doesn't matter, I guess. We knocked him out. Okay, guys, well, unfortunately on that note, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 6 of my DCI Last Alliance modded campaign on Third Age Total War. So, we've managed to take Barad-dûr, we've managed to take the Black Gate, we also have, of course, Minas Ithil under our control. Mordor is on the back foot with the defeat of Sauron. King Anarion is going to be dealing with, there must only be, what, 2-3 more left in Mordor. Then we have to push up in the Marches and into the Mirkwood to finish Mordor off. The Wildmen must only have 1 or 2 settlements left as well, so we'll probably play against them. But we've still got the Hillmen in the north to deal with, and the Men of the Mountains. But I'm going to put a pin in the campaign here. I'm going to take a break for recording for a couple of days, reflect on feedback, suggestions, tips and tricks, and if you'd like to see more episodes, let me know in the comments, because I could very well end it here. We're at a good point, 6 episodes in. If viewer retention's up nice and high, I can do more. If not, there's still those things we can wrap up. We probably could betray the elves, because I want to try and get that Gondor territory. And now, with the Men of the Mountain at war with us, breaking their oath to Isildur, we have to deal with them and the Hillmen. So it's sort of a natural progression. We could definitely, once the Wildmen go, we can push straight up through our territory in Arnor and deal with the Hillmen to the north, towards Angmar, and as we sort of wrap up Mordor, we can swing around back to the Gap of Rohan, push through the Marches, and fight in and around Helm's Deep. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.